Hi everyone, it's Maddie from Mostly Maddie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a junk journal spread real time, talking to you guys about all the junk that I have and that I'm going to be putting in the spread and my thought process behind it. I know this isn't something I do a lot, but I've heard from a few people that they really enjoy the process videos and seeing kind of how it all comes together and like the way I kind of architect the page, if you will. So I have a bunch of junk. Actually going to be my last journal spread in this junk journal. I can't believe it, but as you can see, it is getting very chunky. I think I have 10 or 12 pages left in the back. And for me, I kind of just end a journal when I'm feeling like the time is right. It doesn't necessarily have to be the very last page. I obviously like to get it close to the end because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting pages. But when it gets to the end like this, it gets very hard to journal. Just with the way, you can even just see it when it's closed, like the way the pages kind of start to warp and spine is like all the way over here. It's like not centered. So it just has made journaling in here it's just getting a little challenging. So I thought a great way to commemorate it would be doing my very last spread on YouTube, because I honestly don't think I've done any junk journal with me's on YouTube. I do tons of them on TikTok. So if you are on there, feel free to follow me there, and I often will like repost what I create on TikTok onto Instagram. So you can always find me on those other channels. They're more like quick hitting, like fast, usually like a minute and a half is the most those videos are. So if you like that quick content, then I would suggest you check me out on the other channels. But for today, we're doing long form and we're breaking down what goes into my spreads, how I collect things, just kind of talking through my whole process in this last spread. There's a lot of conversation around what is junk journaling, what is scrapbooking, there's definitions and ways to define the types of journaling that you're doing. I like to call this book my creative journal because I don't do just junk journaling. I don't do just scrapbooking. Sometimes I'm just using markers. Anything that is outside of like my memory keeping or my planning basically goes in here. And so I call it my creative journal, while for the most part it is like junk journal style spreads. I do other stuff too. And another video that will be coming is I always like to do a final flip through of the entire journal and just relive all of the pages, talk through like what was going on and like where some of the junk and things came from. It's a great way for me to kind of like archive my journal so that I can always have it, somewhere living outside of just on my shelf. And it's just a fun way for me to kind of close the chapter on a journal. So that video will be coming after this one. Without further ado, we can get into it. I've talked about it before, but I am using the Leuchtturm 1917. This is the B5 size. I have done my creative journals in exclusively Leuchtturms up to this point, except for I did one Archer and Olive, which was like a failed bullet journal. So I felt compelled to use that one for something like this. I've done both hardcover and softcover, and I like them both for different reasons. If you want to talk more about this different styles of journals to use, I'm always happy to have that conversation, but I know someone will ask, what journal this was. You can already see how like humped this is. It's just making it really challenging. Even when I like use a clip, it still is it's a challenge. So just bear with me as we get through this last spread here. I did want to make this one pretty much exclusively junk. However, one thing I forgot to mention is like usually my style is a mix of scrapbooking and junk journaling. Like most of the spreads in here are a mix of both styles. And so I like to call it trash booking. Call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter, it's your journal. I'm going to show you everything that I have for this spread before we get started, so then you can kind of like hear my thought process with how I plan to like lay everything out. Just went grocery shopping, so a lot of the things in my junk pile are grocery shopping related. This is a brown paper bag from Whole Foods. This is just what the groceries came in. And I went through some of the groceries and just like cut some things out that I think I could use. I think I actually might end up just like cutting out the oranges in here, but again, it's like part of the process. So I wanted to show you, this was like a drinkable Greek yogurt. And so I just peeled the label off of that. These are from the Culture Pop soda, which is one of my favorites, and so their packaging is really cute. It is cardboard, so it's a little bit thicker, but that doesn't really bother me or like impact my journaling at all. And the other things I can't actually show you right now, but they're a bunch of little like food stickers that go on like avocado, banana, mango. I peeled a bunch of those off so I can kind of use those as like sticker embellishments. And then some stickers from different like fruit, like plastic containers and things like that. These are non-grocery related. I actually don't know if these will end up going in the spread, but these were just the random scraps that I have that I'll either like save for my next junk journal spread or maybe find a way to put in here. But now that I'm like talking about it, I'm already kind of thinking I might set those aside because this feels like just a grocery shop junk journal, feels like what I should be doing for this one. Okay, and this is kind of why I say what I do is trash booking, because I really like to have like a pretty scrapbook paper to tie my spreads together. And for instance, like in theory, this could just completely go as the background. Like I could just glue this in as is and not mess with it. But sometimes for me, it's like more fun and more creative to cut this up and like not just use the whole thing. It's totally up to you and like the style that you like. This is also like pretty noisy with all the words. So I feel like it will be like a bit of a distracting background, which again is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think like not the vision that I'm going for today. So I have these two. This is a collage kit and this is like a vision board. They're both from Free Period Press, which I get a ton of my like vinyl stickers from them, and when I saw they had these on their website, I wanted to get them because I really like their kind of style. It feels very much me. So I'm just gonna flip through here and see if I can maybe find a quieter background. Like, see, even this though, I love like something that maybe could be related, either related to grocery shopping or just something plain like this, so that all the stuff on the page can kind of pop out more. So I'm just gonna flip through, and I had pulled a piece of scrapbook paper, but I feel like, again, this is like too noisy, I think. It's just like too much pattern for how many like other things are gonna be on the page. So I'm thinking that's not gonna be the move. Okay, so I like this one too. And I really like color, I like patterns, and so my spreads are pretty noisy to begin with, which is why like I'm trying to find something that maybe can make it a little less noisy. So I think, oh, that's cute. I just want something really plain that's not gonna like, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna see. This is why. Okay, like this is noisy, but like in a good way. I'm just like assessing. I actually really like this. And you know, you could always like, sometimes you could, if you are like wanting to see how it's gonna look, you could like use your junk and see how it's gonna, you know, look against something. But I'm thinking because of like the oranges and like the blue, I feel like this might be a good one. And we're just going to go with it, because here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about me with journaling is I cannot and do not like to overthink it. That honestly has been a problem for me in the past and has like held me back from journaling, is because I'm like, well, it's not exactly the way I want it to be. It's not exactly what I'm envisioning. And then over the last 2 years in my like journaling journey, I guess you could say, is I just am like, I have to go into it with a mindset of like, who cares? Like, who cares if it's not perfect? It doesn't matter. The point is to be creative and use your hands and like do something for fun. You know, it's like, it's junk. It's literally little teeny like grocery stick. Like, it's not that serious at the end of the day. So if it doesn't look that great, it's fine. Like, the end goal, like, yeah, it's great if it looks pretty, but if it's not pretty, for me, the point is to just do it and have fun, and mistakes are what make life so interesting. And I think it's like a great lesson to teach ourselves in a practice like this, where it's like, this is as low stakes as it's gonna get. Like, nobody's coming for me if my journal spread does not look cute. I mean, people might come for me, but like, I don't care if you're like, if somebody says my spread looks ugly, I mean, I'm the first one to call it out. Like, please, I know if I have a spread that looks bad, like, I am well aware. Okay, I want to see if I can find a clip to, I just bought a new clip and now I can't find it. My kids were messing with my stuff and I think they probably put it somewhere, but that's okay. All right, so now we've got this, because here we go. See, like, I kind of like the orange pops, I think will look really nice. And this is where I just kind of start going. And usually a spread like this will take me 15 to 20 minutes. And that's another reason why I really like doing this style, because it's not, you know, like a super thought out, I don't have to like plan. Oh, these scissors are not going to work. I love like funky scissors, but like they have a really hard time on a lot of different like materials. So I'm just going to use regular scissors. What was I saying? I like to keep these short and sweet. That's another reason why I enjoy them, is because I know they're not going to take up a bunch of time. And like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy making spreads that, you know, are thought out and like well put together and like really give you that scrapbooky, like cutesy vibe. But I don't want that every time I'm journaling. Like, for me, this is like a therapeutic, I just kind of want to like listen to music or put on my favorite, like put on my audiobook and just like not think really while I'm doing this. And that's why I love it. That's why I love junk journaling, because it's just, like I said, it's just low stakes. There's, you know, there's nothing about it is meant to be like too precious, I guess. And since it is all, you know, found materials, I can feel like I don't have to like save stuff. You know, it's like whatever I don't use, what can be recycled goes in my recycling bin, and then everything else just goes in the trash can. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think because this is the bag and it says the bag, and then this is going to just like showcase everything that was in the bag. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I think I'm going to put this up here, and it's going to kind of act as my header. I might put it right in the middle, so then I have space on like both sides to do something there. So we're going to just glue it down. And as far as materials go, especially when I'm junk journaling, you don't need really any materials. I know it's so hard to like, you know, not want to get all of the like cute scrapbook like stationery stuff, but when it comes to junk journaling, like you really, all you need is your journal, scissors, and glue. I mean, you technically don't even need a pen. Half of my pages don't even have words on them. And again, your preference, however you want to do it, but like, that's all you need. And that's why I love it, because it's so like low entry. And truly anybody can do it. And you don't need to have, you know, washi tape, like sticker sheets. You don't need all that stuff. If you have it like I do, I love using it to embellish my pages and like add, you know, when I'm looking at the page at the end, and if I'm like, oh, there's like a little white space I don't love or something, then I can go into my stash and find stuff that might go with it. But you don't need that. And that's the beauty of junk journaling. I love the strawberry so much. And where should I put her? I think I might kind of do like a, you know, so this is another thing that I like to do when I have two pieces of junk from like the same thing, is try to put one on each side of the spread so that it has the balance of like, it's here and here. So it goes both ways. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And again, I'm not really thinking about this. I'm just going. And you don't even need fancy glue. All of my junk journal spreads, I literally use this Elmer's washable glue stick. I like to get the disappearing purple, because I like to be able to see where the glue is on whatever it is I'm gluing. Because if it's clear, I'll like glue, and if I get distracted, then I don't know where I already glued, and I just like being able to see it. That's just, again, it's a personal preference thing. You can use whatever you have. I like these, this size. This is like the perfect size for junk journaling, because the small ones are like a little too small, and I go through those really quick. I actually have like a 30 pack of them, but my 6-year-old is starting kindergarten, and I was like, oh, I could probably just have those go with him to school. I haven't gotten like the material list yet of like all the school supplies he needs, but I'm thinking I can either, you know, and if they don't need them, I can like donate them to a school or something. When I am like starting to get my spreads together, so when it comes to like grocery items like this, I will cut things down, and just so that it's manageable, because I don't want to hang on to an entire grocery bag. I don't want to hang on to you know what I mean? Like, I cut out what I think I'm going to use, and then if I need to pare it down even more, then I can. So like for this example, I think I want just Chobani, so I'm actually going to cut just Chobani out, and then I'm going to cut the mango out, and that's going to act as like a little sticker style that I can just add onto the page somewhere. So I think Chobani is going to go there, and then I'm going to cut the mango out. And it's fun because you can do this kind of stuff, and like you're looking at things that would have gone in the trash, and you're trying to find a way to give it new life. So it's just so fun. It's just so fun. I just love it, obviously. All right, so I'm just going to lay those for now. I'm not going to actually put them down yet, just because I have a couple more things. I think I might also cut these oranges out, which I already like. And before I even start collecting all my junk, I already sometimes have an idea of like what I think I'm going to do, but I like to keep it whole, like intact like this before, because, you know, I like to be able to make the decision and not have the decision already made for me from like previous me, you know? I don't know if that made, I feel like sometimes when I'm talking, I'm just saying words and they don't mean anything. If I'm being real with you guys. All right, so now we've got the oranges cut out. And let's see. Because like that could, yeah, so I'm gonna put the orange down here, and I think Chobani, yeah, I think I want Chobani up here. Maybe I could do something like that, so it kind of creates like a little border there. That's what I'm gonna do. Oops. And if you're asking like, well, how do you decide? You know, I just do it. I hate to say that, like I hate to just be like, well, I just lay it down, but like really, because if I sit here and think about it for too long, and I know I've said this before, but like that for me kind of takes away the fun. I like the quickness of this, and I like the like not overthinking of this. And so I don't move things around too much. Once I kind of say I'm going to put something somewhere, I just do that, because I don't want to killjoy myself. I'm just cutting out the blue of this just to make it a little bit tighter, and for no other reason than I just want to do it that way. And some days, you know, I'm not so picky about that, but here we are. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go here actually. Why? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just doing it. Okay, because it's just meant to be fun. So now I have, because I have all these stickers, which you guys haven't seen yet, because they're all just stuck to the side of my desk, because they're just little stickers. So I'm gonna cut out this, and I might just do this part because I like the blue. I like the color blue in here, and I think that will be, it'll look nice against the orange and yellow checker paper. I like some contrast on my page. Okay, we're just gonna kind of put that there. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing? All right. So now I have, oh, I'm sorry. I just whacked the thing. Okay. So now I have our milk chocolate peanut butter cups, and I think that is going to just stick here. Sometimes I don't even have to use glue because they're already like real sticky. I think for some of the produce though, I'm definitely going to have to like add a little bit of glue to them. Oh, my kids really wanted chocolate milk, so they came with me to the grocery store, which at Whole Foods, they have like a little kid cart, like pushing carts. So my kids, they have so much fun at the grocery store. And like, I'm very lucky they are, like, they listen to me when we're at a grocery store. If I'm like, guys, we have to like go straight, be silent, like not be silent, but like, don't be like zigzagging your cart, like stay close to me. Like they are very good at that. And so like, it's actually enjoyable to take them to the grocery store. It wasn't always that way, but now that they're a little bit older, it's really fun. So anyway, they were asking me to buy chocolate milk, and I was like, we just don't have enough room in our fridge to have like a big carton. So we bought the syrup, which this was like back in the day, this was how we had our chocolate milk at my house. Like we always just went with the syrup. So this is the the blueberry sticker, and I'm just going to cut this excess out because I don't really need that. And now I'm just kind of laying stuff down. There's no, like I said, there's not really a rhyme or reason. If you want to be precious with yours and like have a rhyme and a reason, then more power to you. But like I said, I don't like these to take up too much time. I don't like to overthink it because that held me back from journaling for so many years. Was like, if it's not perfect, like it's ruined. And it's just such a bad mentality to have. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not going to make anyone feel bad if they feel that way because I've been there and I understand. But like, for me to have fun journaling now, I just can't do that. It's just like not an attitude I can have. Okay. I feel like we're moving pretty fast now, but it's all right. That's kind of the point. So now we're just I have all of these stickers and I'm just going to start laying these down. I didn't even grab all of them. I just thought like, I did grab a lot, but we go through so much fresh produce in our house. We go through so much fruit in our house because I have four boys, one big boy, my husband, and then 3 little boys. And they eat a lot of freaking food. I mean, I eat food too, but they just go through the berries so fast. I feel like that's every household with kids. It's just like, oh my God. Can we get a discount on the berries because we buy so much? And like I said, these were all, I just had these stuck on the side of my desk because I knew I was going to be doing this video. So I was like, I'll just come like stick them up on my desk real quick. And my house is actually quiet because my husband took the kids to a playground, and I was like, well, that's perfect because I want to get this YouTube video done. And it's a win-win because they get to go outside and have fun with Dad. Whoops, and I get some peace and quiet in my life. All right, we're almost done. I have 3 more of these stickers. We got some plums, which we normally don't buy, but because my 6-year-old was with us, he was very vocal about wanting plums, and I was like, okay, if you actually eat them, because I don't know if you're gonna like them. All right, that's all my junk. And like I said, I kind of already had a feeling I wasn't gonna include that other stuff, and I like this. I like it being like a grocery haul style spread. I think this is really cool. Now here is when I will say, do I want to add anything more from my stash? I have a ton of washi tape and a ton of stickers. I'm going to pull out some stickers, flip through them, see if there's anything fun to add in some of these white spaces. But I think this looks really good. Even like if you didn't have extra stash, I feel like, look at this. I mean, it's a full spread. There's tons of stuff. It's very like visual. There's lots to look at. So you could end it here. You could also add in, if you kept your receipt. I don't really like putting receipts in my junk journal because I hate the like feeling of receipts. like that paper does not feel good to me. It's like nails on a chalkboard, and also they fade. So I'm just like, I don't want to include them because it's just silly. And for my junk journal spreads, these are really the 2 sticker books that I use. I have I have sticker sheets and stuff, but I usually keep those for like my Hobonichi Weeks planner layouts. I don't really dive into those when I'm doing junk journal. And for me, it's easier to have a streamlined, like, I'm going to only use these things for this type of spread. So it just like, I don't get overwhelmed with like all the choices, like all of the things that could go in here. So anyway, I have these 2 right now. They are Bandu, and I have issue number 8 and issue number 10. I love these stickers because they're just like fun and colorful, but I'm not a fan of like the way they have them in here. Like you can see all of these have fallen out. Like they're not a single one. Not a single one is still in here. So that frustrates me a lot, but it's fine. It's just a little annoyance. So I'll just start with this one. And like I said, I'm just going to kind of flip through. And if I see anything, like, I'm going to see if there's anything kind of like grocery related, you know, like here's that fresh. That's good. And I don't know, that lemonade, maybe we'll use that. There's some fruits. And yeah, I love these stickers. There's just, and they are like color coordinated. This exact one. I don't think all of the Bandus are color coordinated, but for some reason, issue number 8, they had them like kind of color coordinated, which I really like. Ooh, and here's a banana, and here's a watermelon. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna add these because that's just like, it's a natural fit. So the stickers on the in the back of it are like not, they're like just check marks and stuff, things that I don't really want in here. This feels very chaotic, so I do apologize. Okay, I think I feel like this is going to be enough anyway. All right, so we've got an apple here. So I'm going to peel all of the stickers that I want to use. And again, I'm just going to set them on the edge of my desk and then kind of see where I want to place them. I like to have everything in front of me before I put things in. Just a personal preference. Got a peach there. There's this, I think, what is that supposed to be? A papaya? I didn't buy any, but that's okay. We can still include it. And I actually don't know if we're gonna need the lemonade. I do love this raspberry carton. Okay. Because, okay, so like, I'm gonna put here, and yeah, I just kind of lay stuff wherever. Just kind of like filling in the blank space. This is a completely optional step. Like I said, if you don't have any, you know, extra stuff, then you're done once you put all your junk down. But I like to add embellishments. And let's see, we've got this apple. We'll put the apple down here. And I don't know. I'm gonna go through the other sticker book just to see if there's anything else, but I feel good about this. I think it's very cute. Oh, there's an avocado. See, this is why I love these sticker books. And now I'm just gonna start laying stuff down because I don't want this video to get too long. Oh, there's a strawberry. I'm just gonna put that here next to the big strawberry. Like, see these, I really like these stickers. They're very cute. Oh, there's a rocket pop. I kind of want to, I'll save that one for a different spread. I haven't actually looked at these in a long time, so I like don't even know what's in here, which is, it's just like a fun surprise all over again. We'll get this lemon out of here. And then I feel like that's looking good because I don't want to overdo it with the stickers. I like to have a nice balance. So we'll put the lemon right here. I feel like I need one more like over in this area, especially because this is kind of poking out. I could just re-glue this, but if I just get a sticker, then I can not have to do that. So let's see if we can find one more. Maybe not. Have I used all of the fruits? Okay, here we go. An orange, perfect. And then one more for right there, and then I'm gonna feel happy and satisfied. Okay, we already did a banana, so I'm not gonna do the banana. See how these are just like falling out? Like they're actively, as I'm doing this, they're starting to come apart. Okay. We already have an orange, but you know what? I kind of like having two of those. I think that will look nice. Because I'll just put that one like this. And there we go. Okay. And here is the final spread. And I might, after this, just go and like, some of these are kind of poking up. It honestly, like, doesn't really bother me, but I know some people that's gonna like be a problem, but do whatever is gonna make you happy. I like that it's messy. I like that like it's textured. There's like kind of stuff coming off. I feel like that is part of the fun and what makes it feel very like lived in and very like part of your life. That's, you know, this is like ephemera. It's something that wasn't meant to really live beyond just being labels, and we're giving it new life. If you sat around and watched me do this journal spread, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a journal spread of your own done while you were watching me, or whatever it is that you do while you watch YouTube videos. Thank you so much for being here, and let me know what you think of the spread. If you enjoy these types of videos, I think I might start doing more of them in the future, especially if they resonate with people. In my mind, I feel like because it's a junk journal and like it's not something that you could technically recreate unless you literally went and bought all these same groceries. I just don't know if people enjoy that because it's not something that you could try and do a replication of. And I don't know if that's something that people care about or not. So I don't know. Let me know. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you all soon. Bye.